Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning for everyone. So today I would like to explain about the chapter 3 and the conceptual framework. So before starting our class today, I would like to mention that I'm sorry that I cannot join your class through Microsoft Teams and Instagram because today, last night, my kid was fever about 38.8. So actually I have to go to hospital to resolve his health. So actually I need to record our class today by PowerPoint. So that's why I apologize that I cannot join from Microsoft Teams and also for live Instagram. So because I have to go to hospital about 9 a.m. So I have to meet the doctor because so Alhamdulillah, but now he's already the fever is it would be done, but I don't know, I'm not sure because I'm afraid that this is because of what do you call that, DB, yeah. So I don't know, so we need to discuss with the doctor first. Okay, because it is very short time, so I need to explain also the short time regarding the conceptual framework. So actually I explained already about the accounting theory. So the previous discussion we're talking about the sum theory, what we need to discuss. So I also mentioned before that our assignment last week, right? So I asked you to submit the paper through email and also by your hand if you are in Jakarta. And so I try to give you mark about your assignment, and thank very much for your submitting your assignment. And today let's very short discussion about the conceptual framework of the chapter 3. So is it about the role of a conceptual framework? We discuss about the structure of theory of accounting. So actually we will discuss about how that accounting theory have the structure, how to make the accounting theory can be applied in some cases. So we need to state of the scope of objective the financial reporting. So that's why we need to the accounting theory. And actually the in the conceptual framework we need to identify and define the quality of characteristic of financial information. Okay, so I would like to share about the rule of conceptual framework. So actually the conceptual framework in accounting theory, they have some issue. So the issue will be discussed in the some discussion. So for the first one, do we need a general theory of accounting? So this is the issue. The issue means that need to discuss further talking about the accounting theory. So do we need a general theory of accounting? Because we lot of the issue in Indonesia, we have the means issue is not really problem, yeah, right? So if you think that issue is problem, is that is wrong. The issue means that maybe there is maybe the new discussion that we can call that the issue also. So the issue, do we need the general theory of accounting? So we argue that in Indonesia actually, is there any we need to develop the general theory of accounting? So everything refer to the one theory, is it needed or not? So we need to discuss about it. But if we look at from the Indonesian perspective, so we can found any object of the accounting theory, any issue in accounting theory, for example, for Islamic bank. So it is very different with the conventional bank. So if conventional bank is referred to the IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard, but for the Islamic bank we have to refer the NBS Akad Syariah and also IOFA. This is very important to define. So is current accounting too permissive? Permissive mean is it very needed? Is it okay to conduct in accounting? Jadi is current accounting too permissive, maksudnya apakah peraturan akuntansi saat ini itu memang diperbolehkan atau memang ada yang tidak diperbolehkan. So we need to discuss because sometimes we have a lot of regulation about accounting. Kita ada PSAK etap, ada SAK syariah, ada SAK, so everything have the regulation based on the institution. Tapi perlu nggak kira-kira kita menentukan satu teori untuk semuanya? So this is our issue. So the next issue is, our current accounting practice too inconsistent. Apakah peraturan akuntansi saat ini, regulasi saat ini, praktek saat ini itu tidak konsisten? So what do you think about this? I think according to my point of view, if you look at from the accounting practice, is it inconsistent? I think not, because this depend on how you to see the performance, the development of the accounting practice. I think it's a depend of point of view. So for me as accounting lecturer, it's not too consistent, but it's too much revision. Terlalu banyak revisi kadang-kadang, terlalu banyak revisi. Tapi it's okay, but is it better? Itu lebih bagus karena memang ada perbaikan. So we have the like amendment, something like that, the regulation of PSAK syariah. So from the PSAK 1959 move to the 101 ya, 101 dan 111 ya. Jadi dulu kan PSAK syariah ada yang sampai ke dari PSAK 59, kemudian berpindah ke PSAK 101 sampai 111. So I think it is better. So we discuss more specific about the Islamic accounting, for example. So if you look at also from the IFRS, dengan adanya IFRS, so this is more specific if you look at from the annual report. So move on to another issue, that is there too much political interference in the naturally of accounting reports? Exactly. Ya, karena ya, pasti ada banyak kepentingan orang-orang yang mungkin sedang membuat sebuah peraturan, the regulation, they made the regulation based on their assumptions. So pasti ada sedikit politik. Kalau tidak ada, susah yang untuk bersih sekali ya. Jadi memang mesti ada political intervensi yang memang sengaja dibuat. I think the one and only Islamic banking, for example, because I'm expert in Islamic banking, so I can say that if Islamic banking started in 1991 or 1992 with the Bank Muamalat Indonesia, but the regulation is started in 2012, so it is too late ya. Bank Muamalat berdiri 91, tapi peraturannya mulai berkembang di tahun 2012. So I think also there's some like political interference. Jadi karena memang ada suatu kepentingan, is politik is kepentingan, right? Jadi ada opportunity, kesempatan yang memang dibuat untuk karena ada suatu kepentingan. So biasanya seperti itu. So this is the conceptual framework. So we discuss about how the conceptual framework in accounting theory. So based on them, we need to discuss further. So the benefit, if we understand about the conceptual framework, the benefit is we can consistent about the accounting theory. Jadi dengan adanya sebuah konsep yang matang, dengan adanya konsep kerangka pemikiran yang matang, so we can use the consistency in the conceptual framework and logical reporting requirement. So the greater compliance, terus kemudian enhance accountability, fewer specific standard, enhance understanding of reporting requirement, and more economical standard setting. Nah, artinya dengan sebuah conceptual framework, so actually we in the right way. Jadi kalau pada saat kita membuat sebuah regulasi, we can use that regulation, we can use that the theory. That means that we are in the right way. At the sometimes, for example, as students, maybe if you use the theory, that's maybe have to link with the problem, with the issue, with the background. Jadi kalau kalian nanti membuat skripsi, pastinya Anda membuat atau menyambungkan antara teori yang Anda suguhkan dalam sebuah paper juga harus termasuk berhubungan dengan latar belakang. So that based on the issue, based on the background of your study. This is very important. For example, I can say that if me, for example, I'm trying to do research about the performance of organization. So the performance of organization, because I got the issue that if the performance of Islamic bank is not fit, so that's why I need the one theory that I can explain about the fit organization, so I can use that contingency theory talking about that. So saya menggunakan contingency theory. So the theory can be applied in the some issue. That's depend on how you are trying to do your research. Okay. So it is objective of conceptual framework. The financial reporting should provide information that is useful to present and potential investor and creditor and other user in making rational investment credit and similar decisions. So we can say that the objective of conceptual framework is how we are as accountants can present the information from internal report to the investor and creditor. So if we look at from the current studies talking about the accounting theory, so accounting theory not only talking about the journal, not only talking about the general ledger, not only talking about the annual report, but they are talking about how to present, how to inform that an accountant, how to give a report to the investor and creditor. So it is very important how the accounting student can understand. Jadi nggak hanya saja dia membuat jurnal, tidak hanya dia saja membuat sebuah neraca lajur dan sebagainya, tapi bagaimana dia mampu mempresentasikan angka-angka, the value, the number in annual report in front of the investor. So you have to explain. So for example, okay, now we have the total asset talking about the 1 million. So what that mean, 1 million? So you have to explain. Yes, 1 million is 1 million, but what the representative, what would represent that about the 1 million? So you have to explain as accountant. So you have to give more information from the annual report. You have to give more new discussion in your annual report. This is very important. So that's why financial reporting should provide information that useful to present and potential investor. So actually the potential is one that means that they will be an investor in your company or in your organization. So this is objective of conceptual framework. So you have to explain more in detail. So that's where we have to know how to explain, how the way use the theory in the organization. So information should be what? Useful in making a decision. So the information in your report based on the accounting theory, you have to explain. For example, I said that before because I look at from the current issue, the Islamic banking, the performance is not really well and it's not really good rather than the conventional bank. But so that's why we need to discuss why the Islamic bank is not growing as much as like a conventional bank. So we need to more information as accountant. So the information should be fit in an organization. So we look at from another perspective. So that's why the information should be become economic decision. So it is useful making economic decision. So that's why it's very important. So this is the conceptual framework. So the next useful is assessing cash flow perspective and also about the enterprise resources, claims to those resources and changes into them. So this is talking about the information should. This is okay. This is talking about the benefit and cost. So actually, if you look at from the conceptual framework, we look hopefully we can get the benefits and less the cost. This is the issue. So this is the development of conceptual framework is influenced by two key. The first one is principle versus rule based on approach. So the second one, information for decision making and the decision authority approach. So sometimes if we look at from the conceptual framework of what I said before in the beginning of this my speech, I say that the regulation sometimes depend on how they are set of the regulation itself. So the principle versus rules based on the approach to standard setting. This is very tricky. So that's why this is can make the influence. So if you are kalau kalian menjadi seorang nantinya selesai dari WMB, terus kemudian kalian menjadi seorang kayak semacam konsultan dan sebagainya, dan kemudian kalian ikut kegiatan banyak audit dan sebagainya, sehingga nama kalian terkenal, nama kalian sering digunakan sebagai salah satu auditor yang mungkin big four pekerjaannya. Nah, biasanya ini pengaruh. Jadi perkembangan daripada sebuah teori akuntansi sendiri itu bisa berpengaruh terhadap prinsip-prinsip yang sudah ada, kemudian dengan adanya standar setting. Jadi prinsipnya seperti ini tapi standarnya berbeda. Nah, itu biasanya terjadi. So the second one, information for decision making and the decision theory approach. Dan informasi yang sebagai pengambil keputusan itu juga kadang-kadang agak berbeda atau bahkan berselisih terhadap di teori yang dilakukan. Contoh misalkan harapannya dengan adanya agensi teori untuk meminimalisir potensi adanya asimetri, kadang-kadang informasinya itu sengaja dibuat biar tidak asimetri. Jadi nggak match antara informasi for decision and atau decision theory approach, something like that. Okay, this is okay by ISP. So I have another. So this is accounting data required for decision making accountability process. Ada stewardship sama decision making. Masih tahu teman-teman masih ingat kan ada teori namanya teori stewardship. Nah, nanti akan kita bahas. Semoga ada yang tanya. Okay, this is very short. So decision theory approach maps the process by which the output of the accounting system provide input to the decision model of user. Jadi pada prinsipnya informasi sebagai pengambil keputusan ini juga digunakan sebagai salah satu teori apa yang harus kita gunakan. So sometimes jadi kalau kita di dalam sebuah organisasi, kita bukan menentukan teori apa dulu, tapi informasi yang telah kita lakukan itu kira-kira cocoknya dengan teori apa, seperti itu harusnya. Karena memang teori itu berkembang berdasarkan apa kebutuhan daripada sebuah organisasi. Karena kita pengen informasinya lebih akurat dan tidak jadi perselisihan, maka kita membutuhkan agensi teori, namanya seperti itu. Terus kemudian untuk menanggulangi adanya terjadi perselisihan antara stakeholder, maka perlu namanya stakeholder theory. Jadi that's what you need. Jadi jangan sampai kita menggunakan teori dengan cara yang salah. This is overall accounting theory. So individual accounting system, prediction model user, and decision model of user. I think that's enough because if you look from the accounting perspective, mungkin kita sebagai anak level S1 cukup memahami bahwasanya gimana caranya, so how to explain about the accounting theory, so how to deserve the conceptual framework in accounting especially. So as accounting students, we need to know how the conceptual framework accounting theory, so how to make them is consistent through the annual report based information and also in organization. Okay, I think it's enough because I think you can read further. So if you are any discussion or maybe question, maybe you can ask and comment in YouTube or maybe in Instagram because at 9 I have to go to doctor. So that's why I think it's enough for me to explain very short meeting, very short explanation about the conceptual framework in accounting theory. Okay guys, so I repeat once more that I apologize that I cannot join for Microsoft Teams and also from Instagram Live because I have to go to doctor. Have to meet the doctor for my kids because last night she's very confused as parent. Jadi panasnya sudah 38,8, so last night is 38 about at 8, so this is very hot. So that's why so I'm sorry. So hopefully you are always stay healthy and be safe of that. So see you next insyaallah. So subhanakallahumma hamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Okay, see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.